to another episode of Cowboy Chats.
Cowboy Chats is a channel to keep the spirit of the American West alive. To talk to modern day cowboys, legendary cowboys, and anybody in between to keep the cowboy tradition and values and the Western way of life alive and well.
We are here in Panguitch, Utah, the Triple C Arena, or the Gary Leffew Bull Riding Clinic, and we were just fortunate enough to grab a few of these cowboys here to do a little cowboy chat. If you like this episode, give us a like. Even if you don't like it, give us a like. Subscribe. Tell all your friends and tell people you don't like to subscribe. Maybe you'll make friends with them. So, one of the guys we grabbed was Mr. Garrison Cannon. How's that for a rodeo name? I love it. So Garrison Cannon hails from St. George, Utah. And we're going to hear all about him because he's high school finals, college finals, won all kinds of stuff, and he's just kind of an all-around cowboy. He does it all, man. Calf roping, bull riding, steer wrestling. Shit, man, he's the real deal. So we'll get started with Cannon. So we're gonna jump. I'm not even gonna ask you what cowboy is right off. We'll get to that, but I just want to know, like, man, let's hear your story. So you got started when? Like, when did you first start riding and doing stuff?
I started riding as soon as I can. I don't think I can walk at the time. I think I was crawling before. I started riding before I could walk. Had a rope in my hand from the get-go. My old man, when I was born, he showed up to the hospital a little bit late, and I have a twin sister.
No.
And yeah, he showed up a little bit late. My mom was chewing him in one ear out the other, and she says, "Where the hell you been?" He goes, "I went to an open down in Vegas." And she goes, "You got to be shitting me." And she was so mad, and then his roping partner stepped around the corner. She goes, "Well, we won, so we got a lot of money for you." And she goes, "All right, that's okay, I guess." And so from then on, I think that just sunk in my ear from the first day of life, and I just says, you know what? That's what I want. I just take it from there. And so, I mean, ever since then, it's just...
Man, so Garrison Cannon is it for real from the womb to the tomb.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's every day. There's not one time I don't stop thinking about being a cowboy or an athlete, you know?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And
So what'd you do in high school? You said you high school rodeoed?
yeah, in high school rodeoed, I did team roping, calf roping, and steer wrestling. Mm-hmm. In junior high, I rode bulls, but I was so little that my mom, she doesn't like, I don't know why moms don't like watching their kids get toughened up for some reason. But
Right.
But you know, she wouldn't sign no papers and let me ride, so I would just do those 3 events. And in high school, she wouldn't let me sign up or anything. And so I just took those 3 events, and I went to nationals my junior year in all 3 events, which is kind of rare to go in multiple events as a contestant.
Okay.
I went 3 events my junior year and 2 events my senior year, and ended up winning the tie-down rope in my senior year.
Nice.
And so it was pretty. I mean, every day was constantly. We'd have probably ride, I want to say 9 horses a day. Whether it's steer wrestling horses, whether it's a bulldog horse or a haze horse, or a couple calf horses, a couple rope horses, and I mean, as soon as you get out of school, it's just hit the grind. And I mean, during wrestling season, you wake up early in the morning, you go train, you come back, you get out of school, you train hard, and then as soon as you leave wrestling, you go train some more. And I mean, there's times you don't. I mean, I grew up on 4 hours of sleep, so I mean, it pays off for the buckle. But I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people are just like, "You're nuts." It's like, hey, you do what you do. I mean, if you have it in your heart, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it's
Well,
cool.
I guess most people, that's why there's only a few world champions and gold medal winners at the Olympics, because most people don't want to sacrifice everything else to do that.
Exactly.
And that's truly what it takes. Like, you know, you want to be a world champion, you're going to sacrifice doing a lot of stuff and miss out, people think, on things, right? But people that are laser focused and want a world championship or whatever it is that you're doing, you don't care about all that other stuff. At least I don't.
I'm not gonna. It does take it away from a family.
Yeah.
If you have family stuff, it does take away family, a lot of friends and stuff. But I mean, it sits where you are and what you want to be, who you want to be known as, who you want to become. If you want to be a legend, you just want to be a name on a chart.
That's right.
And so, and that's one thing from an early age is, I mean, growing up and seeing a lot of top-notch athletes, I'd always look at them. My mom's like, "Oh, you're gonna be a calf roper and a steer wrestler and a pro rodeo," and I'm just like, "Yeah." The first pro rodeo I entered, it was in bulls only, and I was the only one covered that night. And I was like, "All right," and she's like, "I can't stand you." And I'm like, "Whatever, I love you." Like, later, Mom.
Yeah.
But
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. How hard is it to do all the different events? You know, I mean, that's. I mean, for one, obviously you have to be an amazing athlete, and they're so different from each other. I mean, tie down roping and a tie down roping horse is totally different than a team roping horse. Totally different from riding bulls. Like, I mean, you know, obviously riding bulls is different than anything.
yeah,
But, and then bulldogging, where you're sliding down and grabbing horns. You know, it's like, and that horse is different than
oh yeah.
all the others. And so, how do you? I mean, is it difficult to transition from one to the other sometimes, or do you feel like one of those things will suffer a little bit sometimes if you focus on something else, or you start to have like a, you know, because everything's peaks and valleys, right?
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
the best way to be a world champion is to learn to ride in the middle of the mountain.
Oh yeah.
Don't get too low, don't get too high. But I gotta imagine, man, geez, if you're doing all those events,
Yeah.
it's gotta be just crazy.
Oh, it takes a mental game that, I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of kids and stuff that I would train on the side and stuff. It's not just training them to be a rider or something like that. You gotta train them literally in the mind, because you gotta remember, if you go to a rodeo and you have a 3-round rodeo and you come out and you buck off your first bull, or you miss your first calf, or you crash in the steer wrestling your first steer. I mean, you can't just get up and just be pissed and then actually have to go to the other end of the arena and get on a bull, or go back to the end of the arena and get rope a calf. I mean, you have to stand up and literally go, you know what? I really messed up. And you just got to eat that humility right there, then and there, and just swallow it and say, I'll study that later, and it's not going to happen again. And I'm going to go, and do what I need to do in the next event, because you just got to block everything, every focus. Because, I mean, there's a lot of times where you're getting on a bull and stuff, and I'm not going to lie, when you climb down on a bull, you climb down on a 2,000-pound animal. He has no desire to care for you. And I'm not going to lie, you have no desire to try and make friends. And so, I mean, when you're getting down on there, you can't just get down on there and try roughing him around, because he's going to win. I mean, when it comes to horses, training horses, calf horses, team roping horses, bulldog horses, these animals they've got you by thousands of pounds. If you fight the system and try to overpower something, you're going to lose 10 out of 10 times. But you know, that's the thing, is about like the mentality process of it, is you got to learn to work with what you have. Sometimes you have a bulldogging cow that is a lot stronger than the others, and you just got to learn to take that technique that you practice on and trained on nonstop, day in and day out, to try and make it the best you can. And I mean, sometimes you get a good draw, sometimes you get a bad draw, but I mean, you just take it as is. I mean, every time you get dealt something, you can't fight the system. You got dealt a hand, be grateful for that hand, and just go on with it.
Amen. So, goals to do what you want to do in life. Like, what's your goal?
What's my goal? You know, as a little kid, I've always wanted to make it the NFR. I mean, that was like, okay, I'm going to the NFR. First off, I was like, oh, I'm going to be a roper, steer wrestler, but the real back of my mind and my heart is like, I got to ride bulls there. Like, I'm going to do it. And, you know, I just, that's what I've always wanted. And after I hit high school rodeos, college rodeos, amateur pro rodeos, now it's like, hey, now I'm putting my foot in the door to make that goal. And I was like, do I really want this goal? And yeah, I want the goal, but honestly, I don't care so much about the goal to make it to that rodeo. I just want to ride those ranked bulls. I just want to be at the top of the board at a rodeo on a top bull. And I mean, because it's not me versus, like, when you go to rodeo, it's not me versus an athlete. It's not me versus my buddies. It's literally you versus that animal. And if you want to beat somebody, you got to beat what's in front of you first. You got to take what you've been down. And I honestly, that's one thing that I love about riding bulls and about steer wrestling, is you see someone come out and steer wrestle and grab a cow and watch this cow just pick them up and, I mean, clean the arena floor with them like they're a mop or something. You're just like, man, then you get a hold of them, you like bring them around, you throw them down, it's like, gosh, I'm not better than that kid, but I'm happy I can get by a really strong son of a bee, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then getting on a bull that's just really ranked, you see him just buck a lot of great riders off, and you come out and you make a great ride on them, you're like, I'm just that one step closer to riding even that better bull that I've seen that better rider ride. And in a way, like, I always think that everyone's better than me, and so I have to chase everybody. And so I've never had that opportunity where I'm like, you know, I'm the best. They hand you buckles and stuff and say you're the world champ, and you're just like, I'm not the best though. Like, that wasn't my best time. It wasn't my best run, and it's not my best rodeo, but they gave me a buckle for it. And so I'm just like, you know, if you could be like them idols and stuff who go to the NFR 10 rounds and just at the top of their game every round, and it's like, that's where I want to be, is that level where I can be that consistent. And so, yeah.
Well, I think that's a good way to look at it. I mean, all anyone can ever do is whatever's in front of them. And if you take care of that, then the buckles take care of themselves. If the buckles take care of themselves, then a world championship comes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I love it. That's a good mindset. I'd say most things are mental. You gotta be mentally tough, like you're saying, for your guys, you know, teaching them and all that. I think with any of this, yeah, I mean, you obviously got to be physically tough. That's like a no shitter. But
Yeah.
you know, being mentally tough really is a lot to it, and staying out of the politics and staying out of all the bullshit, because everything has it. I mean, no matter what you're in, you know what I mean? Like, there's always
I mean, if
cliques and groups and this and that and whatever, but
And if you
the
know
one thing you
Cowboys,
can't
we
control
love
is
fighting.
yourself. Yeah, you can control yourself and what you got to do, and if you take care of your business, that's all that matters.
yeah.
I've never been one to care about what big name somewhere or anything else, because I'm going to do whatever I got to do so well, you can't screw me out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think that way, you'll never be disappointed. Like, you know, you're always going to be at the top. So I think you're one of those guys. I got to see him tonight. I thought it was pretty cool. Come around, he had one swung back into the chute gate. He just decided nope, and it looked like one of them vault acts, and he just whoop, jumped right off the back of the bull, and walked away. And I was like, it's a pretty cool dismount. Yeah.
It's pretty funny, because a lot of times, like in these bulls and stuff, we're at the school. Yeah, we learn a lot, but that's the thing that's...
That's what I said when he did it. I'm being nice now.
I said it out loud.
So did I.
No, but that's one thing that I excel in, because for me, I'm not exactly I don't have the form for a bull rider. I'm a little on the heavy side.
Okay.
I mean, your average bull rider, I mean, can be 170 at your max weight, pretty much.
Really?
And I mean, they're thinned out and stuff. These guys are just they're your thin, narrow athletes, you know.
Yeah.
And for me, I want to be that steer wrestler athlete, so I got to be that bigger guy.
Heavier, yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, since I don't have the height that they have and stuff, and I don't have too much weight, I got to put on a lot of strength. And for having your training and stuff like that, it takes a lot. It's like almost a physical therapy training, because riding bulls, you're always hurt. You have a 93% chance coming out with the injury every time you tie your hand in.
Yeah.
And so whenever I come around and I can see a gate that's about to hit me, I'm just like, you know what? To hell with you, bud. Like, I'm gonna save my knee for tomorrow. Like, but
No, I love it.
we can take some hits, that's for sure.
I'll
We
tell
can
you.
take some
So,
hits.
who's your favorite rodeo cowboy?
My favorite rodeo cowboy. No, it's not Kyler. You know,
You can be mine, Kyle.
I think it'd have to be Ty Murray.
All right,
Ty Murray.
Good. See, he's an all-around guy.
He's an all-around guy,
So
which
you
I
like
really
Ty.
like. But
Yeah.
he overcame a lot of injuries, and what he would do is he would do almost like, he went into wrestling one time after an injury. He went into, I think it's karate after one time. Like, after every injury, he would try a different skill set to improve his balance and stuff that would help him with everything, and especially with his fitness. And so for me, I'm like, I don't only want to be the best cowboy, but when I get on a basketball court, or I get on a rugby field, I want to be the fastest. I want to be able to hit hard. I want to be able to make some plays. And so it's just like, for me, I want to broaden my horizons to be the top athlete I can be. And And so, and with Ty Murray, how every time something would happen, it wouldn't just be like, oh, let's just get back on and figure it out from there through this injury. He would work around it. And I'm just like, and plus, one thing I really respect about him, he's a really humble guy. Probably one of the humblest guys I'd ever actually personally met. And he's really down to earth, and he's really wanting everybody to be the best. And I love that about him. So
That is cool. Who's your favorite movie cowboy?
Movie cowboy. Probably every cowboy is obviously John Wayne or something. But if it came to like a movie, like an actor, I think Mark Wahlberg was my pick.
When did Mark Wahlberg play a cowboy?
No, he never played a cowboy. But I'm just saying, if any actor,
Oh.
if any actor in general that I would pick out of like a movie snare point.
Oh, Marky Mark?
Oh, Marky Mark, yeah.
I like Marky Mark.
He puts on some good movies.
No,
but
I like Marky Mark.
I'm not gonna lie, he's a humble dude in the world.
It's a good one. I like him.
He's that kind of guy that says, you know what? If you're famous, you can shut up when it comes to putting your 2 cents into the world, because we don't even give a shit about it.
Well, no,
we get paid
not only
from
that,
them.
they don't even have a. They're so far removed from it.
Yeah.
That it doesn't register, man.
True facts.
All right, well, it's been a great time with Garrison Cannon. Keep your ears open for him, man. You're gonna be seeing this guy, the NFR, collecting them all-around buckles. So
That'd be fun.
I'm looking forward to seeing that and seeing him again. So this is us saying see you later from out in front of the chutes at Triple C Arena in Panguitch, Utah. With my friend Garrison Cannon.
I say subscribe, but you're just a little bitch.
Like, subscribe so you can catch all the videos we got coming up. And we'll see you down the trail. Keep your guns oiled, powder dry.